with the pyramids, with all these ancient technologies of moving these, Stonehenge, Easter Island, moving these grandiose structures miles and miles and miles. Do you think that this is the lost technology that they had access to that we are just coming back to understanding?
Yes, and some of those monuments are demonic, so that's my belief. So there's a lot of technology that can be utilized by the angelic realm. In other words, many of these pyramids, even today, we could not reproduce these pyramids. So I think there was a demonic influence on many of these structures, including some of the pyramids.
What do you mean by that? I haven't heard of this before.
There are good angels and fallen angels. I believe the fallen angels have built some of these pyramids. If you really take a close inventory of all the pyramids in the world, there's hundreds, thousands of pyramids. And to this day, we don't have the technology to duplicate that. So I believe this is really a demonic influence. Only a demonic influence could have accomplished that
Well, I'm kind of
3,000, 4,000 years ago.
well, I'm kind of confused now, right? But I thought you were saying that scalar energy is what could have been used to create these things. Like, where does that?
I believe an angel is composed of scalar energy. I believe an angel has control over that dimension. Okay, I'm from a Christian background. So if an angel can control scalar energy, then they can manipulate it. And you could do what you want. You have dominion over nature. I mean that quite literally. I believe Adam and Eve had dominion over nature. I believe angels still have dominion over nature. Even fallen angels can manipulate scalar energy.
So then I guess the point that I'm confused on is like, where did it turn demonic? The fact that angels used it on the physical reality?
It's always God's gift, but you can use God's gift inappropriately.
So then what about creating a pyramid is inappropriate use of it?
Well, if you're going to create a pyramid, it still, in many ways, is a capacitor of scalar energy. It will collect scalar energy. I'm speaking about even, for instance, the pyramid of Cheops. Man did not build that. It's too complicated. I believe only that angelic power was necessary to build the pyramid of Cheops. And frankly, I don't see what I would consider the hallmark of wholesomeness and virtue there. So I think there's a demonic influence in many pyramids, including the pyramids of Cheops. Some of these pyramids, see, if you look at them, they're not only massive structures, but they're scalar energy instruments. They harness scalar energy. Well, even today, that's a poorly understood topic. How could a pyramid that controls scalar energy, how could we have constructed a pyramid 3, 4, 5,000 years ago? We didn't have that technology.
Right. I guess
this is hidden technology. Today, with all of our architecture, it's my contention we could not even build that pyramid. Much of that had to be built by either anti-gravity or just the precision in building that pyramid.
Yeah, I've never.
So we don't have that technology to build it. How was that pyramid built? It was built by scalar energy.
But I guess I'm still, and I'm all on board. I'm all on board with this idea of, this energy that we're speaking of building these pyramids. But I'm still kind of interested in you elaborating on where that demonic essence comes in. I've heard about how
the energy is pure. It's from God, but energy can be used for good or evil.
It's based on intention.
Yes, thank you. And this is why Tesla never wanted to release his secrets. Tesla apparently took many of his secrets of scalar energy to the grave with him. Hieronymus begrudgingly gave up much of his information. I met his wife. I never met him. And she schooled me in this. And over the course of 4 or 5 years of understudy, she would teach me, tell me things. She told me how she and her husband could hybridize a plant using energy. They could cross 2 genomic forms using energy. And I was just fascinated what they had accomplished. But, it's such power. It has to be used prudently.
So I'm all on board with that. And I guess I'm going to stick to this question, though, is like, where did that ill intent come in then, right? What was the ill intent of the scalar energy use with regards to the pyramid that made it, quote unquote, demonic?
Okay, I believe it's a demonic influence. I believe those are really temples of evil, temples of Satan. And why do I say that? Because if you really look at the geometry and you look at what it draws reference to, there's always occultic symbols. They don't give honor to God or Jesus. Those temples give honor to the occult, to black magic, to the black arts. So you really have to look at the intent. You have to say, well, who's being honored here? It's a temple, as far as I'm concerned. It's not a temple to God.
Hmm. Might have to do more research into that because I'm not. I don't know. I guess it's
It's
still
it's quite it gets quite involved. If you look at many of these, the way these pyramids were built and what they draw reference to, many of the stars that are aligned that they draw reference to, really, really, it has an occultic meaning to it. Why? Well, I believe it's the occultic arts that are at play here. I believe some of the pyramids were built by fallen angels. That's my comment.
okay. Hey, I mean, it's an interesting, theory to pursue. I've never looked at it that way. I certainly have seen the interdynamics between the pyramids, the stars, the geometry within them, the way that it has been used for, and they even say that it's been used for like healing their kings and their pharaohs. They would put them in the king's chamber and they would get healed from it. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess they're trying to.
But see, this is what's so telling. Well, if that science exists, then why were we not all part of that? Why is it still esoteric? See, I don't hide my science. I'm trying to give it away. The secrets of antiquity are hidden. It's like a tease. I'm not teasing anybody. I'm out in the open. I'm transparent. I
Gotcha.
don't tease people. I'm trying to impart this knowledge. There's nothing hidden about me. I'm an open book. I'm not hiding. Whereas you go back in antiquity, and some people, some civilizations, some rulers, they hid the knowledge. Why? To retain power. I'm not hiding anything. So you have to look at the intent. The good tree bears good fruit.
Gotcha. Okay, and maybe that's the corner piece, right? That like if I were to bring this up in the future, if I were to say, there might be ill intent with the pyramids, I think that might be the cornerstone piece, right? Is that they only use this for the kings, for the pharaohs, for the people that were in charge to heal them. Everybody else was kind of just by the wayside. It wasn't let's use this for the betterment of all of
Right.
humans.